Hey guys, welcome to Hannah Reads. My name is Hannah and today we are doing our June TBR. So last month in May was the first month of doing the TBR with the deck of TBR, and we picked 5 books, and I am happy to say that I read all 5 of the books. So we'll just quickly go through what the prompts were, what I picked for the books, and then we'll go ahead and pick the books for June. So the first one from last month was a romance, and I read Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. The second poll last month was a sad book, and I read The Lost Boy by Dave Peltzer, which is the second book or the sequel to A Child Called It. The third poll was a Play Your Cards Right, which is the TBR game that Gavin from How to Train Your Gavin does. I will link his channel in the description so you can go ahead and check those videos out. They're very, very good and very entertaining. So we read Gold Digger by Tara Anderton. And then for the fourth poll, we pulled another Jack, which was the Play Your Cards Right again, so another round of Gavin's TBR game. So we ended up reading Jasper's War by Sim Lowell. And then the last one was my King's pick. We picked a king, and my fiance picked a book for me, and he picked Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. So yeah, and I am happy to say that I read all of those. It is still May 25th as of recording this. Alright, so the board's the same. We have the Joker prompt, which is a bad one. The 2 through 10 is just going to be the normal prompts we're going to pick. King, my King's pick. Queen is my choice. Jack is the Gavin, How to Train Your Gavins, Play Your Cards Right. And then Ace is Hosta Roll, which is a game that I created, and it's a spin-off of my last name. And if we draw it, then if we draw an ace, then I'll explain it a little more and we can play that. So again, we're going to pick 5 books. Alright, and our first card is the 6 of Clubs. So, 6 of Clubs. It is my favorite author. Alright, and for the first book of favorite author, I am going to pick the second book in the Mistborn trilogy by Brandon Sanderson, which is The Well of Ascension. I can't really say a whole lot about this book without spoiling the first one. I don't really think it needs much. I don't really think Mistborn needs much of an introduction, but I will link both Mistborn and The Well of Ascension's Goodreads pages down in the description if you want to read more about them. So we're going to go ahead and replace that prompt. So I have the llama bag full of prompts. And we picked a series continuation. Self-explanatory. And draw number 2. It is the 9 of Hearts. And the 9 of Hearts is a pet pick. So I'm going to set 3 books that I want to read down, and then I'm going to have my cat Tyler pick which book I'm going to be reading this month. Okay, so here are the 3 books that I picked, so we're going to see which one he's going to go for. I have The Beast Within, Me, My Dad, and the End of the Rainbow, and In the Ravenous Dark. Ty, pick one. Pick one. Yay, we're going to read Me, My Dad, and the End of the Rainbow. Thanks, Ty. And then for pet pick, Tyler went ahead and picked the middle grade monthly book for June, which is hosted by Jade and Gavin. Jade is from Jadeyraereads and Gavin from How to Train Your Gavin. I'll link both of their channels in the description, and you should definitely check out the middle grade monthly book club. It's a lot of fun. They do a live show at the end of the month, and you read a lot of middle grade books that you probably wouldn't have picked up without their recommendation. So like I stated, June, Me, My Dad, and the End of the Rainbow. I don't know a whole lot about this book. It says, "My name's Archie, and I know two things for certain. Number one, my mom and dad kind of hate each other, and number two, they're keeping a big secret from me." We'll go ahead and replace that prompt. Mix them up. And we got Stephen King. So, a book by Stephen King. And I haven't read any of his books, so this should be interesting if I pick that for next month. Third draw is the 10 of Clubs. Okay, and the 10 of Clubs is A to Z, last name. So I'm going to go get a random letter generator. Whatever number we get, we're going to find an author whose last name starts with that letter. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. We're going to do capital letters only and generate. And we got a Y. So we're going to find a book where the author's last name begins with a Y. Okay, and then for the third pick, we got A to Z, last name, and we random letter generator picked Y for us. So the only book that I had on my physical TBR that I had any interest of reading was Everything Everything by Nicola Yoon. It is a book. The book is a movie. I'm fairly certain that I've seen the movie, but I've not read the book. And it says, "My disease is as rare as it is famous. Basically, I'm allergic to the world. I don't leave my house, have not left my house in 17 years. The only people I ever see are my mom and my nurse, Carole." Okay, and then we got to replace that prompt. And we got an off the grid book. So this is a book where it takes place either the author chooses to live their life off the grid, that would work. The story is based where a person completely just cuts themselves off from society, or a book that takes place in the wilderness. So a lot of interpretation for that one. Okay. And the fourth pick is the 3 of Spades. And this is a book with an upside down image on the cover. Roll number 4, we got a book with an upside down image on the cover, and for that I'm going to insert a picture of Mirrorland by Carole and Johnstone. I received an ARC from the publisher of this book, and I have no idea what that one's about, but that's fun, isn't it? Just to go into a book kind of blind. And then replacing that prompt. 4 or more words in the title. Alright, and the final pull for June is, it's actually not going to be the final pull for June because we have more than half of these are the same suit. This is the Jack of Spades. So we're going to be picking 6 books this month. And for the Jack, it's another one of the player cards, right? So we are going to pick a book that we really want to read and then one that we're not so excited to read about. Alright, and just like last month, we're going to be doing a round of player cards, right? So the book that I really want to read this month is for the Fays and Gays book club, which is In the Ravenous Dark. And then the book that I'm not so excited about is Travels with Casey by Benoit Denizet-Lewis, which is a nonfiction book. So let's go ahead and flip the first card. It is a 2. Guessing higher than a 2. It is a 9. Got a good feeling about this game, guys. I'm going to go lower than a 9. It is an 8, so we're still in the green. Now I'm going to say higher than an 8. and it is lower than an 8. So we lost this round. So we will be reading Travels with Casey by Benoit Denizet-Lewis this month. And then we play our cards right. We lost, so I am going to be reading Travels with Casey by Benoit Denizet-Lewis. I believe that is how you pronounce the name. This is a nonfiction book. And it says, a moody Labrador and his insecure human take a funny, touching cross-country RV trip into the heart of America's relationship with dogs. So, a good old-fashioned nonfiction book about dogs. I don't think you can go wrong. And the 6th pull, which I wasn't expecting this month, is the 10 of Heart, or the 10 of Diamonds, 10 of Diamonds, which is a subscription box book. Subscription box book. I don't have very many subscription boxes anymore. I used to a few years ago when I was in college, so I may still have a few of those that I haven't read. This is Vassa in the Night by Sarah Porter. This was the Owl Crate book for October 2016. So, wow. I'm late. But I know it is about a girl named Vassa, and it is set in Brooklyn. It's got a lot of fantastical elements, and it is also based upon or inspired by the Russian folktale Vasilisa the Beautiful. So I haven't read very many Russian folklore retellings, or just folklore retellings in general, so I am excited to get to this one. But we'll replace the prompt. So that looks all pretty for next month. And this one is 2 prompts. So when we get this one, we're going to actually pick 2 cards, 2 additional cards, and then fulfill those prompts. I'll explain that one a little more if we get it. This is what it's looking like for June. We're just going to insert another book. But yeah, I'm happy with that. I didn't get all the books that I wanted to read for June for like book clubs and buddy reads, but that's okay because I'll read them anyway. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!